Sea water, as salted waters we know, swamp waters, usually the fresh waters, and lakes waters sometimes is blended. There are several different water types exist in the natural wetland along the eastern coast of Australia and provide varieties of habitats to so many different water animals. Have you ever wondered what happens to freshwater animals when their homes get salty? The eastern swamp crayfish, a tiny but tough invertebrate, lives in seasonal wetland like Smith Lakes in New South Wales. But the lakes is changing. Salinity levels rising when storms hit and when human digs channels to the sea. Even worse, climate change and sea level rise may change water salinities permanently. Yet, we know very little about how freshwater invertebrates like eastern swamp crayfish respond to this change. That's the questions I decided to explore. My question is, how salty is too salty for freshwater animals? Testing crayfish survive in the changing world. My researchers asked, how does short-term salty exposures affect crayfish behaviors? And freshwater crayfish tolerate highly salinities, and given a choice, will they avoid salty waters altogether? To find out, I designed 3 experiments testing crayfish activities, escape response, and water performances. In the first experiment, I placed the crayfish in one of the 3 water types: swamp waters, their normal freshwater habitats; lakes waters, about 1.5 percentage salinities, and blended sea waters at 3.5 percentage. Over 12 hours, I test how fast they could climb a sloped tube, using theirs as a parameters for locomotor performances every 5 time points. This result was clear. All crayfish slow down over time, but the ones in sea waters slow down the most. This suggested that higher salinities cause physiological stress, forcing them to work harder just to maintain its internal balances. Less energy is left for movement. In the second experiment, I took the dippers into short-term effects. After just 3 hours in salinity waters, I measured first their slope climbing speed again, second their escape release, using a gently tap on the bottoms of the containers, and the third their activities, how much they move in 1 minute. I take the videos by iPad and measure the times, how much the times the activities during 1 hours, and recorded the activity times. As the salinities rose, crayfish moved less, reacted slower, and sometimes didn't respond at all. This trait reflects the core's narrowest muscular functions. Salinity stress affects the iron balances, which are vital for muscles and nerve functions. From the formal experiments, I found that the salt will really affect the crayfish, but not actually due to death. They do have some tolerances for salt change. So I have another question. Given a choice to the crayfish, what do they pick? So in the third experiment, I gave untreated crayfish a choice. I placed them in the middle of 3 lakes filled with different salinity waters, swamps, lakes, and seawater, and observed where they stay. Surprisingly, the result wasn't as cut as I expected. Some crayfish choose the swamp water, others went for seawater, and a few even prefers in the intermediate lake waters. That was no strong consistent patterns. So what does this tell us? One possibility is that crayfish don't have a strong behavior's avoidance to salinities, at least in the short terms. Another is that individuals' differences, such as previous exposures or physical state, drive their choice. These small experiments helped me to explore how behaviors and physiological interactions with the environment change. They also showed how basic research with simple toys and curious questions can link ecological, physiology, and evolution. Thanks for watching videos, and remember, even tiny animals like the muddy swamps have a big story to tell about their survival. And all those yabbies I used during the experiment were released to nature's habitats. Thank you for your listening.